Good morning. Mackenzie Johnston with Tri-State Livestock News, bringing you your New Year's Eve fair cattle market news update. We have finally gotten to the end of 2020. Today's update is sponsored by Sandhill State Bank, the most committed brand in banking, and Sandhills Beef Company, American producers feeding Americans because monopolies won't get us anywhere. To learn a little bit more about Sandhills Beef Company and all they have to offer, head on over to their website, sandhillsbeefco.com. According to Reuters, Chinese meat importers and processors are asking exporters in countries with COVID-19 outbreaks to improve their checks on shipments before they are sent to China. Gao Guan, a spokesman for the China Meat Association, claims that it would be better to handle virus control at the meat's exporting origins and disinfect the product at production plants in order to reduce costs and increase efficiency. A statement published by the association's official WeChat account stated that they suggest exporters with outbreaks to disinfect the outer packaging of products and the inner side of containers before sealing export products to be shipped. This proposal was sparked after some major exporters, such as JBS in Brazil, increased their disinfecting measures to supply China with safe products. China is hoping that increased disinfection will boost consumer confidence in imported cold chain products. According to the China Meat Association, cases of the virus have shown that contact with packaging contaminated with coronavirus can lead to human infection. However, from the beginning of the pandemic, like we all know, the World Health Organization has claimed that the risk of contracting COVID-19 from frozen food is low to non-existent. Chinese officials agree that the risk is low, however, there is still a risk. Ag Daily has reported that the newly released USDA Dietary Guidelines for Americans, also known as DGAs, put an emphasis on lean meats. News that will most likely leave beef producers a bit frustrated and looking to reinforce the positive science behind beef. The DGAs stated that Americans meet or exceed the recommendation for meat, poultry, and eggs. Almost half the time, proteins are consumed as a mixed dish, such as a sandwich or a burger, something the guidelines discourage due to increased saturated fats and sodium. These guidelines have shown a negative light on red meat, but whether or not that will affect consumer demand is yet to be seen. When these guidelines were released on Tuesday, NCBA came out and commended the USDA and the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, HHS, for these newly released guidelines. The organization said on Tuesday that these guidelines acknowledge the importance of lean beef in a healthy diet. Marty Smith, NCBA's president, said that the guidelines offer realistic advice to help create balanced diets. Smith closed by saying that cattle producers appreciate the work of the committee, USDA, and HHS for putting together a set of guidelines that will benefit all Americans. Finally, National Beef Wire reported yesterday that choice box beef ended the day at $210.53. That was up 23 cents. Select box beef ended the day at $199.86, and that was up $4.38. As I stated at the beginning, today is the last day of 2020, and I thought I would go over a few highlights that the cattle industry has dealt with through the past 12 months. The cattle industry first started feeling the effects of the pandemic back in the middle of April as packers slowed their chain speed significantly or completely closed their doors. At the end of February, box beef prices were $205 per hundredweight, and by May 4th, they had doubled to $410. Prices peaked on May 12th when they reached $475.39. Cattle industry losses due to COVID-19 are estimated to be $13.6 billion. As we all know, our packers experienced a record-setting year when it comes to profit margins, and they had one of the most profitable years on record. Cattle weights in 2020 averaged 1,371 pounds, the heaviest on record. So it is no doubt that 2020 has been a roller coaster for the cattle industry, and there has been some gut-wrenching losses. because of everything we've experienced in our industry. However, through our unending resilience, we pushed through this year, and we got through. Like, we always find a way to get through. And I commend you all for that. I commend you all for raising the best cattle in the world, the highest quality beef in the world. Even when the cards are stacked against you, you all go out and you do your best and produce the best quality beef around. So, as I've said before, and I'll say it again, it is an honor to be in this industry with you. It has been an absolute pleasure to deliver the news to you guys this year, and I look forward to continuing to do that in 2021. So with that, have a happy and fabulous New Year's Eve. Be safe, and cheers to 2021. I will see you guys next week.